Well, folks, welcome into the channel. I'm Gillis TV. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button as we are currently trying something new here. A live stream of Vladimir Tarasenko getting traded to the New York Rangers. We are waiting a confirmation on what's going back. It is going to be a little bit because they have to go through trade call, ask him to waive his no trade clause. So hopefully any minute here, we'll get the return from the New York Rangers to the St. Louis Blues for Vladimir Tarasenko. This is huge. So welcome to the channel and let's get to it here. As just refreshing Twitter a lot here. And, for the New York Rangers, they were in on Patty Kane. It was reported yesterday that Vladimir Tarasenko wanted to go to either the Rangers, Islanders, or the New Jersey Devils. He wanted to go somewhere over there. Those were the only three teams really that he would accept a trade to. And I kind of figured it wasn't going to be the Islanders just for the fact that they got Bo Horvat and traded for him, signed him to that long deal. New Jersey probably wasn't going to give up Shakovic or a first-round pick. So New York made the most sense. They were rumored to be on with Patty Kane and had the pieces to try and acquire Patty Kane as well. And reported by David Pagnotta, Sammy Blais is apparently headed back to St. Louis as part of the trade. So there it is. First round draft picks as well, also in the deal with the Blues, retaining on Tarasenko's cap here. So let's see if there's anything else that is actually going to come of this. Sounds like the Blues are retaining a big chunk of the $7.5 million that he carries. We're going to keep refreshing here until it's actually reported by more than just David Pagnotta here. But this is a huge trade for, the New York Rangers. They needed to add scoring. They've been struggling here and there in games, and adding a guy like Tarasenko to help boost them is good. Yeah, Tarasenko has only had 10 goals this year in 38 games and, has 29 points and is minus 18. But on a team like St. Louis where nothing was going right at the start of the season, Binnington wasn't doing much. Top players like Kyrou and O'Reilly weren't doing as much either. This is a great way for Tarasenko, fresh new start, halfway through the season. Go out there, do what you can do. And there's no denying he's probably going to be on a line with Panarin and Zibanejad or Kreider in that fact. And those are three guys that will help boost Vladimir Tarasenko, who once was a 30-goal scorer in the league for the St. Louis Blues, who over the course of his career, he's been putting up points, 553 points in 644 games. 262 of those were goals and is a plus 57. So let's see if anything else has gone up here. Nope. Just some Edmonton Oilers news. So we're still waiting to have this happen, as Vladimir Tarasenko has been traded to the New York Rangers for, it sounds like, Sammy Blais and a few first-round picks, and St. Louis is retaining a big chunk of that $7.5 million salary. So we're just waiting for the confirmation here of anyone else. Frank Cervelli was the first one to report the deal that Tarasenko is headed to the New York Rangers. That was about 26 minutes ago. Like I said, it's going to take some time because Tarasenko has to waive his no trade clause in order to move. And it has been reported that Tarasenko was on his 3-team trade list, was the Rangers, Islanders, and the New Jersey Devils, So having those guys, those are huge, and this just fits into what was reported yesterday. As we got two of you guys in here, welcome in. I'm Gillis TV. We're trying something different, a live stream of this trade before I do a video, as we are waiting confirmation of what is all going back to St. Louis in this massive trade. And, the trade deadline's a few weeks away, and, all the big names are starting to move now. We've seen Horvat just last week there. Vladimir Tarasenko is heading to the New York Rangers today. Where is Ryan O'Reilly going to go? That is probably the next piece for the St. Louis Blues, as they have their future locked up in Kyrou and Thomas being the core pieces of their forwards. And, there's Barbashev. We're going to keep an eye on that. Nathan Gravitas says, the Rangers got rid of Blaze, only give up draft picks, and none of those were first rounders. We'll have to wait to see. Maybe it's 2 second rounders. So we're still waiting confirmation of this for what the trade is, as Elliot Friedman has just reported that Hayjack is on waivers for the New York Rangers as well. So that is something to keep an eye on. Maybe there's more than just Tarasenko going back here, because if it was a player for player and draft picks, it just wouldn't make sense to actually go and drop someone on waivers. Trying to see if Sportsnet will have anything here. It's the Raptors show, so no breaking news anywhere here on TV. So we'll just keep on watching plays of the month, I guess, as we try and wait to see what is going on here with Vladimir Tarasenko and the New York Rangers trade here. Let's go to Friedman. Yeah, still nothing. Friedman is not reporting what's going back, just who went on waivers just today from the New York Rangers. Like I said, Hayjack is on waivers. He could get claimed. There is a possibility he could get claimed for sure, as we are just keep on waiting for this to happen. As we'll refresh Twitter here. Bakersfield has extended their lease with Mechanics B Arena for the next 5 years. So Bakersfield will be staying in that arena. Waiting here for the confirmation of what is going on, but it is for sure Tarasenko is going to the New York Rangers. And this is going to be huge help for Panarin as well. As we are still waiting on what's happening here. Let's see. Still waiting on the entire return. This is from Jeremy Rutherford. Still waiting on the entire return, but the Blues will receive a first-round pick from the Rangers in the Tarasenko deal per a league source. So Gravitas saying that it is confirmed that Sammy Blais and the first-round pick are going to St. Louis, and Kraftstoff might not be the last piece since multiple picks were confirmed, maybe a 2024 fourth round pick. So we're still waiting here. This is a trade that's going to take a while here, but I got all day to stay on live stream here and see. I'm surprised nothing's cut out of Sportsnet to actually go and talk about the breaking news. So let's see. We'll watch some hockey here. IIHF U18 Canada versus Sweden gold medal game. We'll stay there as we keep refreshing here. Ooh. Wow, Canada's up 5-0 with 9-1 in the shots here. How's that? What? Okay, it's in the first period. They have 9 shots and have 5 goals. Is this live? It's a repeat. They probably won. Oh, what's this? One of the 2 New York Ranger first rounders in the 2023 draft is headed to St. Louis in the deal with a prospect and Sammy Blais, according to source. This is from Arthur Staple. The Rangers got Blais as part of the return for the Pavel Buchnevich trade back a couple years ago. So Sammy Blais is headed back to the St. Louis Blues. As part of it, we're waiting to see what the prospect is, but Vladimir Tarasenko has been traded by the St. Louis Blues to the New York Rangers for at least 1 first-round draft pick, a prospect, and Sammy Blais, with St. Louis retaining some of Vladimir Tarasenko's draft pick. I just keep on updating this, looking to see what's happening here. TSN just reported it. Let's see if they have the inside scoop over the insiders on Twitter here quickly. Nope, they're still waiting confirmation on that. Frank Savelli was the first one to report it. But he also just tweeted, believe Nico Mikkola is part of the deal with Tarasenko from the Blues to the New York Rangers, which adds some context to Hayek being placed on waivers today. Sammy Blais is going back to the St. Louis Blues, where he was acquired in a trade for Pavel Buchnevich from the New York Islanders. Still working on details on the full return. So this is a huge trade where Vladimir Tarasenko said the other day, hey, I will waive my no trade clause for 3 teams. It was the Islanders, the New Jersey Devils, and the Rangers. Well, the Islanders went out and got Bo Horvat. There was no way they were trading for Vladimir Tarasenko unless if it was Bailey or Lee or someone in that aspect going the other way, which, you know, by the looks of this trade, St. Louis didn't want an older guy. They wanted someone a bit younger in age and whatnot. New Jersey, I don't think was going to trade their Sharapovich first round. They've been doing really good this year and want to keep growing. So as of right now, it sounds like there is Sammy Blais, a first and a prospect, going to St. Louis for Vladimir Tarasenko, Nico Mikkola, and the St. Louis Blues will keep a chunk of Vladimir Tarasenko's contract. So we'll keep updating this until we find out what the full trade is here. Mikkola and Darren Drager just posted a first and a fourth and prospects involved to go into the Blues. So this is a huge return for the St. Louis Blues, who, you know, haven't had that really good year at the start anyway, where they lost a bunch of games. You know, Binnington wasn't his self. O'Reilly wasn't scoring. Either was Kyrou. I had them both in fantasy, and I had to drop them after the first 2 weeks because they weren't doing much. But as we keep getting more details of this trade, if you're new to the channel and don't mind hitting that subscribe button, as we are close to 400, I think we're 13 away. Ultimate goal is 1,000, but 400 is my goal right now. Kevin Weeks breaking down what we know. He says the Rangers have acquired Tarasenko from the St. Louis Blues for Blaze, Skinner, and draft picks. Well, we know there's more than that going to both teams. So let's keep going. As you know, it's been a pretty good last day and a half with sports in general. We see Russell Westbrook getting traded for D'Angelo Russell in the NBA on that three-way trade. Kevin Durant getting traded late last night. Tarasenko getting traded today. Big names around any sport are getting traded right now, which is fun to see. And you know what? I wish the NHL was kind of like the NBA where, you know, all these big names got traded here and there. But hey, we'll settle for what we have here in the NHL. As Dustin Nielsen is going with the Oilers-Flyers game tonight. Tarasenko trade, JP waiver chat. That means nothing to us. We just want the full trade here. The Warriors are interested in OG Anunoby from the Toronto Raptors. Thanks, Tim and friends, but I kind of want to know the Tarasenko trade here. So right now, what we have pretty much figured out is Tarasenko and Nico Mikkola to the Rangers while retaining some of Tarasenko's salary for a first, a third, or a first, a fourth, a prospect, and Sammy Blaze, who, like I said earlier, was acquired in the Pavel Buchevich trade back in the day from the Blues. So Sammy Blaze is headed back to the St. Louis Blues. And what St. Louis is going to be a team a lot of people are going to watch because they got Ryan O'Reilly, who's been said to be on the trade market, Barbashev as well, who a lot of teams would like his services. And the Vegas Golden Knights now have the cap room to go after both of those guys if they really do choose, with the injury to Mark Stone and with the recent scoring struggles of Jack Eichel. That is a team to watch, is the Vegas Golden Knights. Who are they going to go after? I don't think they get Timo Meier. I don't think the Sharks will be going in division there for trading Timo Meier. I'll be really surprised if they do. Could be a Brock Besser possibly. All right, so Gravita has this, as far as I can tell, New York gets Tarasenko with salary retained, Mikko Mikkola. Yeah, we all know this. But it is going to be Sammy Blaze, a 2023 first rounder. They have two of those. Hunter Skinner, and another draft pick. So it wasn't crossed off like a lot of people were saying, but it is still a prospect there. I'm just going to take this time to ask you guys, hey, if you're new to the channel and don't mind subscribing, that'd be greatly appreciated, as we are waiting this trade call here to see what the final trade is. But that seems to be kind of the consensus of the trade, is all that plus, you know, one more draft pick, which was reported as a fourth. It could be a conditional fourth. We don't know yet, as we're waiting for all these experts to actually give us the news here. And hopefully that will be happening here pretty shortly. For the New York Rangers, this is a great trade. They get a 30-goal scorer who can score. He struggled this year with only 10 goals, but playing on a team that's been struggling, a change of scenery, going to play with Panarin, that is my consensus of their top line. Could be Panarin and Kreider if they really wanted to, but that is a pretty stellar line, and that will help the New York Rangers secure hopefully a playoff spot in this upcoming playoffs. Now you put that line against the Bergeron, Marchand, Pastrnak line, well, it's going to be some fun hockey to watch, and it just improves their overall power play too for the New York Rangers, adding a guy like Tarasenko. So the Rangers have 2 first-round picks this year, their own plus the Dallas Stars, so they're probably waiting to see what happens with that, which draft pick actually goes. I would say it would probably be the Rangers. I'm pretty sure they would keep the Dallas's pick, as it possibly could be a lot better pick than theirs. So there is that, as we are just currently waiting here for the trade call to happen. But that is going to be it for this live stream. I'll go do a video with all the analysis in it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Gillis TV. I'll catch you on the next one.